It's piece of the week again, guys, and we've got a piece today that when I first seen it about a month ago, I instantly fell in love with it. For me, it has style, placement, and everything else proper and perfect graffiti writing should have. I was completely blown away when I found it. I think a lot of people would just watch this video and this clip in particular and just be like, oh, well, someone just, wrote their name and it's a bit like, no, it's boring. And they don't realise, they can't grasp that this is actually the pinnacle of graffiti writing. That there is actually nothing wrong, one iota, with this piece. I believe Ryder has wrote something so grand it must stand for a couple of decades. Because no shit, it is. Everything is here. Because I had to lock up my bike, I had to scale down this kind of concretey hill, and then he would have had to cross a really thin point of like metal or concrete. It all adds levels of authenticity. And being by a water source that it is, and and by concrete, it's got this strong LA vibe as well. So it's like it seems even more authentic. Peep how big each letter is, and try and think how hard it would be to make a perfect proportion out of a letter bigger than a person. Ryder is also, he's a guy that I seen working at the Graph Jam. I think he set it up. It was the raw wax Graph Jam, but he was rapping letters around a Jody piece, and he was cracking a lot of jokes with all the other writers, and he was a very funny guy, and you could tell like all the lads liked being around him. And also a graffiti writer who I reached out to and I know privately. He said he's a mad talented guy and a really, really humane overall person as well. So his personality is matched by his talents, which is always great to hear. And if you aren't familiar with Bristol, this part here is in Eastville. It's the northeast of the city, and it isn't a legal spot, but it is a massively known spot within the culture. It's a big, big vibe to be around here. So this is a fantastic piece. I will add here that I'm always for both graffiti and street art. I love them kind of at the same time. I view it like street art would be the UFC, and then graffiti would be boxing. Like there's style and there's etiquette in boxing, and there's kind of rules that everyone follows. And then in the UFC, there's more things, there's more technique, there's more abilities and such like that. But both are great. But about the only way them two are linked are the fighters. And I feel a lot like in the graffiti and street art world, the only thing that links them together essentially is paint, and they're outside. But I do really appreciate both sides of things. So I've been compiling street art, but I just really needed to pay some time and homage to the graffiti scene, because I feel like I've not done that as much. But every Sunday I'll be looking at doing the street art a bit more. So I'm going to do Freedom and Sled one next. I think they're the next two I've got most of the footage for as well. So they should be out relatively soon. They should be made relatively soon, but out on Sundays. But yeah, I can't see how everyone else is not just looking at that why and just being like, oh my god, how did a mere mortal create such amazing perfection? Well, it blows me away that people aren't all doing that, I'm in awe a little bit of awe. You're in just a tiny bit of awe. But yeah, thanks for watching. Honestly, if you like the Ryder thing, please drop a like. It really helps. I like to see if the people that do like piece of the week, who likes this piece. So I appreciate that. Now I'm going to go into the BT Communications Tower. Got to get this to work. Anyway, cheers guys. Go enjoy that sun.